When was the first time you had ever watched a Hollywood movie? Maybe in today's day and age, you start watching at the age of 4 or 5. Let me tell you, when was the first time I had watched a Hollywood movie? Now, I was born in the 1990s, so the first time I watched an American movie was in the theater. They were playing Titanic. At that time, TV channels like the HBO, Star Movies and others had hardly arrived into mainstream Indian cable TV network, and the most watched channels were only the National Doordarshan, famous for Shaktiman, followed after a few years by Cartoon Network and Pogo. So, I had the chance to start watching American movies when I was a teenager, just like you are now. When I had started, I was awestruck.
This was like a window to a whole new world. A new country. A new culture. That I wasn't aware of. Indeed, we literally learn about a country's culture through their media and movies. Their culture was totally and absolutely different from that of ours. I had observed this trend at that time. And although I have always appreciated American movies for their depth and drama, witnessing the wide cultural differences between them and us was the real impression of their media on me. The reason we will be talking about this topic today is very significant, and therefore it is very important that we realize it.
Let us ask ourselves this question today. When we watch an American movie, how many of us pay attention to background details? Let me tell you. Most of us aren't paying attention. We only pay attention to the story, the actors, the drama, and the subtitles. Only a very few of us subconsciously pay attention to the background details, because most of us take it for granted. For example, when you are watching a romantic comedy movie, have you ever given a thought to the fact that teenagers, whose love stories are portrayed in the movies, are actually shown in some scenes as working part-time in a bakery, or restaurant, or shopping mall? Have you observed this trend in some of the other movies too? You may have observed, but may not have given much thought to it. Or you may have observed, and just accepted it as a part of their culture, and therefore have not thought much about it. When I was your age though, watching these movies, the little things like these used to make a huge impression upon me, and I used to wonder what teenagers in India are portrayed doing in our movies that are showcased to the Western world.